I've only got her, who is called Lucy Limescale. Hello again and welcome back to March Main's Midlife Dolly Crisis. And today we are going to open a doll which you have seen already, but you've only seen her boxed, and it is this doll here. And I'm here. Hello. Can you see me? Anyway, the box is massive because she's obviously got, well, she still has a second outfit, which is obviously a distant memory now. But she's also got these bits here, which are like an amp and a microphone. So she was released as part of the Rainbow Vision range, where there was basically two bands. There were the Neon Shadows. Is that what they're called? You think it might say in the front, wouldn't you? Yeah, it says in the back. There we go. So that's a picture of them. That is the Neon Shadows. There's three of them. I've only got her, who is called Lucy Limescale. No, it's not. It's Harley Limestone. Yeah, Limestone. I don't really intend to get the other ones. I like this one because I really love this green colour. If you remember, I did have my hair that kind of colour for a while. And I thought that she would fit well with this time of year because it is kind of around Halloween, at least. And she's a bit sort of gothy looking. So I thought it might be fun to get her out and see what we think of her. So, yeah, please join me for that. Okay, so here we go. This is the front of the box, and as I said before, this is Harley Limestone. She is part of the Neon Shadow band. You have a look on the back. That is a picture of the whole band together. She's pictured in the middle. I can't remember the names of these two, but obviously their colours are sort of like a sort of a bluey purpley colour and then a sort of a bright pink colour. She comes with a second outfit. She also comes with sort of musical instrument kind of things. I think it's probably going to be easier if I unbox her, get her stuff all out, and then we'll have a closer look at her. Okay, so here we go. So she's out. She's free, finally. So just a quick tip. If you are opening one of these or a similar one, because I'm kind of guessing the packaging probably isn't that much different. If you basically open it from the bottom, there's kind of like a flap which covers the back bit, and that kind of makes everything inside more accessible. It is a little bit of a hassle. It's not so bad. Maybe after a while you kind of become a bit sort of like blasé about it. I'm not sure I'm ever that blasé about it, but it didn't seem to be as bad. There was a lot of things to kind of snip at. There were a few annoying little tags in some of the clothes and stuff like that, but on the whole it wasn't so awful. So now that's out of the way, let's have a look at a few bits that we've got with her, rather than, we won't look at the doll first is what I mean. We're going to put the doll to one side and we're going to have a look at some of the accessories. So we have this. So obviously this is the amp here, and this is the mic, and there's sort of like a pleather sort of belt or something around the mic there. You can remove the mic from there, and it says Shadow on it, which hopefully you can see. And obviously it's got this thing here, so she can presumably hold the mic as well. So that's quite cool. And there's a lot of detail actually on the amp. Obviously it's got, again, Shadow on there, and then it's got all these kind of dials and things. There's a switch there, there's a handle there. She might be able to carry it in that case. And does this, this also comes out. So this is the mic, which you can plug in or out. So it's kind of cool that you can do that. And then obviously there's a cable, or some black string in this case, which is attaching the mic to the amp. So that is that. That's quite a nice accessory, really. I'll put that to one side. So we've then got this, which of course is the doll stand, and the hangers. So the doll stand is a really nice sort of green colour. Obviously it just kind of clips into place easily. And now you can watch me struggle when I'm trying to put it all together. There we go. So that is that all sort of clipped together there. It's a very nice stand actually. I really love the colour. So I'll put that to one side. We've then got hangers. So I don't feel so bad opening hangers when there is actually a spare costume to sort of hang on them. So that is those. Similarly to previous ones we've opened, the sort of the flat hanger is a different colour to the sort of the clippy hanger, kind of slightly, but you will notice it when you open it. I think the plastic might be slightly different, but it might just be that one is sort of because of the shape of it or whatever. Anyway, so that is those. Let's now have a look at the second outfit. So, I didn't realise there was actually so many pieces to it because you can't see a lot of it in the box because some of it is sort of underneath the coat. So, it was kind of like this. So I literally thought, oh, is it just going to be like trousers and then this? But there is a top and everything. So, let's have a quick look at the shoes first, because they seem to be the most sort of detailed almost. So obviously they are black with some silver details. There's lots of kind of studs and things all over them. They've got a sort of a front part which is silver and the back of the heel is also silver there. There's a buckle detail at the top. There's also laces, which I don't want to undo because I doubt I'll ever tie them up properly again. But yeah, so the laces are a nice sort of green colour to match the outfit and everything like that. So that is the boots. I actually really like them. They're really nice. It's nice having this kind of detail in a shoe. We're so used to sort of Barbie having literally here's a pink shoe with nothing kind of detailed on it apart from, you know, what's in the moulding. So that is the shoe. So we then got a pair of green tights. So these are kind of like a gauze, I suppose, but sort of like a very soft kind of, I don't know, it is kind of like a tight material, but it's obviously bright green. It's sort of a little bit stretchy. There is no fastening. You basically just kind of pull it up the doll. The waistline has got some elastic to it. Again, it's a really nice, vibrant green colour. So that is that. These were kind of inside the trousers, by the way. So if you are unboxing this, just be careful that they are there. They're just literally inside the trousers and they aren't part of it. There are tiny little Kimble tags attaching it. So just be careful when you're trying to sort of cut those. So that is those. We've then got this top here. So again, this is another green item. So this is covered in kind of like sequins that have been sewn on by the looks of it. And we've got a strap situation. So I think the straps are possibly a kind of almost like a ribbon or a sort of like a lace. But yeah, so the black bit is kind of like a ribbon. We've then got this kind of silver detail around it to make it look like chain almost, I guess, maybe. Because it's kind of like silver, so maybe it is meant to look like a sort of a chain. It velcros down the back. It is lined inside with a nice green fabric. But yeah, so that's really nice. Again, lots of detail on it, which is always good. So that is that. We've then got these trousers. So these have got sort of the cat images on, which I think was a theme with the band. I don't know where this cat thing is coming from, because also they seem to have like cat ears as well in their costumes. I do like it. It reminds me of kind of like sort of retro cartoons, like really old cartoons from the sort of the 20s and 30s. It kind of reminds me, and this is a bit niche, but the Twilight Zone movie has a story in it which is from the original, but obviously the effects are a lot better in the remake because I think it's an 80s film. And there is some sort of sinister cartoon element in it. I won't spoil it if you haven't seen it, but I'm sure Gilly will know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so that is what it kind of reminds me of. There are kind of, I don't even know what colour you'd call that, a bit sort of, a little bit khaki, but sort of almost like really, really washed out denim as well. So obviously these images are all over. There's a few kind of nods to, there's a nod to Kiss there, because that one has got sort of like the makeup on. I'm not sure what the rest of it is. There's sort of green sort of like details on them as well. This one has a patch over its eye. This one's whiskers are green. The back has details as well on it. So it's got, whoops, if you can see them, it's better, isn't it? It's got some nice pocket details on there with SH. And they're kind of like stitched in, which is nice. We've then got writing along the bottom, which is "See you in the shadows," which doesn't sound sinister at all, does it? But there we go. So that is that. And there's Velcro on there. And obviously there's a lot of details on here. There's kind of like belt loops, and there's a kind of a sort of a stud detail on the front. And there's obviously another big SH on the front as well. So that is those. And then here is kind of the main event, really. This amazing coat. So obviously it's kind of white fur, and then we've got sort of embroidered words all over it. Now, I don't know the fashion reference. I'm sure some of you out there will already know what it is. It's just an amazing coat, to be fair. And it's all fully lined. We've got a nice lining here, which has got shadow high, obviously written all the way through it. Oh no, it's just shadow, I think. Yeah, so it just says shadow on there. We have got an SH in there just in case we'd forgotten what we'd bought. The fur kind of goes through to either side there of the opening. And yeah, so basically it's got sort of black embroidered words and green embroidered words, anti-sparkle, I think we've seen that before, shadow, I think that's it. And then I think we've got maybe like Chinese or Korean sort of words on there as well. But yeah, so that's a really nice piece. Be careful when you get this out as well, because there are little tags in it. I think a tag is probably still stuck in one of the sleeves, but hopefully she'll still be able to put it on. So that is that. So finally we have the doll herself. So obviously she is gorgeous. She is sort of resplendent in this sort of amazing sort of green and black and sort of grey. It's really nice. The whole look is great. And as I mentioned before, look, we've got these kind of cat ear things on her head, which I think are kind of sewn in, but you might be able to remove them. I'm probably not going to try just yet. Her hair on the whole is actually quite soft, but there is product in it. I'm not sure there's enough to make me want to wash it, although the more I'm feeling, the more I think I do want to probably wash it. The only thing is, it's got kind of like these sort of plaits in it, which has got sort of cord in there as well. So I'd kind of be worried about washing it in case it doesn't dry properly or something. But yeah, so obviously there is gel in there, but it's not quite as bad as some of them have been. And you might just be able to get away with just giving it a brush out, which it probably needs anyway, to be fair, because it's just out of the box. So her skin tone is, now I would say it is kind of like a light green. I am going to take some pictures outside in the sunlight. So natural light is always a better way of gauging what colours are. But I think it's kind of a very soft sort of apple white. I don't know. It's a very soft green colour. It seems to be almost a little bit pearlescent in places. Like there's a shine to it. But I don't know. That might just be me seeing things. So her makeup is going along with the whole sort of neon green element, in that she does have eyeliner on in some really nice shapes around her eye. And again, they almost look like neon lights, the way that they've kind of been applied. Her lip is sort of like a dark green, sort of like with various kind of colours, so kind of as it moves out, almost like an ombre, going to kind of like a grey and then a dark black around. She is showing some teeth there. And then she's got kind of like black eyeliner on as well. And obviously she's got her eyelashes. The eyebrows are probably pretty standard, but obviously it's nice. It's nice to have kind of details on them, and we have got a few details in there as well. Earring wise, now I'm trying to see if they are the same earring, or I think they are actually, yeah, I think they're the same, because sometimes they give them kind of like different earring on each ear, but I think they are the same. So essentially it is like a safety pin almost. So it's a safety pin attached to something else. Now there's a kind of top bit to it here which almost looks like it's meant to be the cat thing again, but it almost looks like a sheep, and I'm not really sure. It might not be meant to be an animal at all. It might just be a shape with two bits coming off it, but to me it almost looks like it's meant to be a face. And obviously this matches the head thing, which, as I say, I think is actually, it's kind of stitched in or tied in. I mean, it's quite a short thing in that it basically only fits on this part of the head. See, once removed, you might not be able to get it to sit in a hair properly, and if you do, it might keep kind of like dropping out. So as we move further down, so obviously she's wearing this kind of oversized hoodie. So we've got a hood at the back. Obviously the hood is not going to go over her head. It has got Velcro on it. I'm guessing that's for when you want to remove it. She's got a kind of, oh, she's stuck. She's got a little tag here which hasn't been removed. So I'm going to do that very quickly now. Okay, so I haven't snipped her. You will still see part of the tag there. I will remove it later. I just don't want to sort of spend time doing that while the light is still good here. So yeah, so this is kind of like an oversized hoodie. It is obviously black and with green sleeves. It almost looks like a kind of a varsity jacket, but obviously without the jacket part. It is a hoodie, as I say. We've also got these kind of straps around it too, which are kind of stitched in, so they are part of it. So you can't really undo them. There's Velcro all the way up the back. She isn't wearing anything under it. Again, we've got this sort of image on here. If we can kind of move this out the way slightly. We've got this whole cat image here. This one is sort of like quite punky, and that it's got like a green mohawk. And it says something on the side. Okay, so again, I think that's sort of maybe Chinese, maybe Korean. I don't know. It could, or Japanese. I'm not sure. It's something, unfortunately, I can't read. So you might have better luck than me. The sleeves are also quite detailed in that they have got sort of studding on them. So you've got silver studs on both sleeves. They're probably symmetrical. Again, it's kind of baggy. It's kind of a baggy look, which is quite nice. We've then got what look like cycling shorts. And again, they've got the foreign writing, or at least foreign to me, on the side there. So you might be able to read that. It probably says shadow, to be honest, because most things will say shadow or high, or probably both. So yeah, these fit very nicely. There's no fastening on them. They do seem to have picked up a bit of the kind of the black fleecy or sort of woolly bit that's under there. So that is those. So then we come down here and we've got boots. Now these boots are very high, so they go up to her knee. They have a lace detail on them, and they have painted details on them as well. So obviously they've got SH here. They've got laces which are painted on. These are attached, I think, to the back, or are they actually... No, so they're attached here actually. They're attached at the front and they come out from there. But the rest of these laces that you see here are actually just sort of painted on detail. They're kind of like Converse-y. Obviously we've got the kind of the white details of the sole and the front bit there, the sort of kind of toe cap. We've got these here, which again are also white, and they appear to have, I think they've got SH in them as well, as kind of eyes on a kind of a weird wobbly face. Underneath we've got just white soles, and again they say shadow on them, just again in case you forget what you bought. They have a slit down the back, so you can obviously remove them. I'm not going to do it just yet. And then they've got sort of like underneath those, they've got very sort of high socks or stockings, which are kind of like sort of sport socks almost, but actually kind of extra long ones. So they are sort of a creamy white colour, and then they've got green bands at the top of them. So that is her in that outfit. I will now change her into a second one, and we'll have a look and see what we think of her in that. Okay, so here she is in her second outfit. Obviously keep an eye on the pictures at the end. I have to be honest, I don't actually know how children get these clothes on the dolls. It can be a little bit of a struggle, to be honest, and obviously when you're removing the hands and things like that, you have to be very careful. So I would guess an impatient child probably shouldn't be given one of these. Also, I felt it quite strange that she had tights. So they've given her tights, and then we put trousers over them, so you're literally only seeing this top bit of the tights here. I mean, that might be a thing, but surely you don't have to give her the whole tights just to get this effect. You could literally have sort of attached that to the trousers. But anyway, I guess at least it's a separate piece of outfit, so it might go with something else, I suppose. But yeah, she looks great in this. The coat is actually very tight-fitting on the arms particularly. So obviously just be aware of that when you're trying to put the clothes on. The trousers were also a bit of a struggle to get on over the tights. So again, be aware of that. I'm not sure which outfit I prefer. It's kind of difficult because sometimes when there's like two outfits, you always prefer one to the other. But with this one, I kind of feel they're both as good. They both have merits, and you know, what's a not merit? I don't know. But they both have their good side and their bad side. I would say that I do kind of prefer maybe the other outfit, only because I kind of like the darker colours on her, I think, rather than this. But it is nice to have extra pieces, of course. The other thing I forgot to mention is that her hair, as well as being lots of different colours of green in there, also has got black in the back as well, which sort of really kind of pops against the green colour there. So yeah, so I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So what do you think of her? Are you a fan of the Neon Shadow group? Have you got all of them? I don't think I'll get any of the others, but it kind of depends how cheap they go, maybe. This is the one that kind of drew me, so this is the one that I got, really. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. Please like the video if you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please share the video because it does apparently really help the channel. So, from me and from Miss Limestone here, have a great week, and I will see you very soon. So, until the next time, bye, bye, bye.